Module 1 video, we talked about using the St. Leo portal to get to the library homepage. You should have a screen that looks similar to this, and you can click on the online library. In Module 1, we talked about using the Discovery search or the library catalog to find books, ebooks, and articles. Today, we're going to scroll down and take a look at databases. The library has many databases, and they are for different subject areas, and each database looks at different journals. For our first database, we're going to take a look at EBSCO. I'm going to click on all EBSCO host reference databases. For your assignment, you only need to click Academic Search Complete, and then scroll down to Computers and Applied Sciences Complete. Then click Continue. Let's say that I want to search for computers and security. Notice that for EBSCO and most of our databases, we put the word "and" in all caps to tell the computer that we want both search terms, but they don't have to be right together and they don't have to be in any particular order. You want to scroll down and limit your results. Notice that we can limit it to full text. That means that you'll get the articles that are full text on the computer. You can print them out or save them or send them by email. We also want scholarly peer-reviewed journals. This is very important when we are doing academic research. Now we go back up to the search. I click the search button. The search results are 27,848. Again, this is too much for us to look through, so it's time to use subject headings or controlled language to narrow our search. I'm going to click on the title of the first article. This takes me to the citation screen. It gives me all the information that I will need for an MLA or APA citation, and it also shows me the subject terms. Notice that one of our subject terms is data security. If we wanted to talk about the data that is on a computer, then we would want to click this for our controlled language. I'm going to click on data security. Notice that in the search box, we now have DE for descriptor, and then in quotes, our subject heading, data security. This is the controlled vocabulary. Now, we have 15,000, so it seems like we really didn't narrow down the topic, but that's because when we clicked that button, it undid our limiters, so we need to click full text and scholarly peer-reviewed journals again. Now we're down to 2,802. This is much better. You could continue to add search terms to further narrow down the topic. If I wanted to do a search about data security and universities or colleges, I would put the search in this way. Notice that we have our subject heading with the controlled vocabulary. We're using "and" in all caps to tell the computer that we want something else with data security. And then I've put university or college so that whether they're talking about a university or talking about a college, either way we'll get the article. Again, the "or" is in all caps to show EBSCO that we want either one. I'm going to click on search. When you get your list of results, you want to make sure that your limiters are still in place. Another thing that you might limit is the years of publication. Usually, for something involving computer science, we don't want to go back more than 5 or 10 years. By using multiple search terms and limiting by year and full text and scholarly, we're now down to just over 1,000. This is much easier to go through, and your subject is more focused. I'm going to click on the title of this article. This has everything that we need for our citation. You can use these images in a PowerPoint if you want to. The full text is over here. With the HTML, you can have the article read to you using an American, Australian, or British accent. You can also download it to your phone. The problem with HTML is that there are no page numbers, and for some citation styles, this becomes a problem. For page numbers, click on PDF full text. This gives you the article exactly as it appeared in the journal, along with the page numbers. That way you don't have to count paragraphs. There are tools on the right-hand side to help us save this information. We can save it to our Google Drive if you have one. You can print. You can email it to yourself. In the email to box, put your email. You can put whatever subject or comments you want to. What's very handy is that you can click citation format and change it to the style that you want. Keep in mind, if you are using APA, that EBSCO is still using APA 6. Then click send and it will go to your email, the full text, and the citation. That's pretty handy. If we go back to the list of databases, there are other databases that will be very handy for this particular class. The next one that we want to look at is called ProQuest. This is the ProQuest Advanced Search. Here we can put in natural language or subject headings if we know what subject headings we want to use. However, keep in mind that each database may have slightly different subject headings. Just as in EBSCO, we can click for full text and peer-reviewed. We can change the publication date and say that it has to be after January 1st, 2015. Then we click Search. Because in ProQuest we search all of the databases inside ProQuest at one time rather than choosing them like EBSCO, we have 102,397 results. That's crazy, but there are ways to narrow this down. Keep in mind that we can go to the left-hand side and choose scholarly journals, magazines, trade journals, conferences, working papers, and more. When we click on More, we get the source type. This tells us how many articles we would get if we clicked on a certain type. Now, if I want to include scholarly journals, but not have magazines, not have trade journals, or working papers, I would then click those and apply. Another way to narrow this down is to scroll and click on the arrow for subject. When I click on More, I get a list of subjects. Again, they tell me if I pick that subject, how many articles will be there. Notice that data security is not in this list. Maybe data security is not the best way to go. I'm going to close this out. When I click on the title of this first article and look at the Abstract Details tab, I see that instead of data security, they're using computer security. I'm going to go ahead and click on that subject heading. Just like with EBSCO, I'm going to add university or college in parentheses and click search. After limiting the articles to full text, peer-reviewed, and only the last 5 years, we're down to 1,385. That's much better than how we started. You could continue adding words or just look for another article that seems to be on the topic you want. Remember that you want the full text PDF so that you will have page numbers when you go to cite this. The third database we will cover is Sage Journals. Sage Journals are in Sage Premier. I recommend that you go to the Advanced Search. We're going to take a guess at what the search terms might be, so I'm going to put in computer and security, change the date, and very important for you is to make sure that you click only content to which I have full access. Otherwise, you will just be frustrated. Here we got 13,804 articles. You can click on the title of the article. You get all the information that you need for the citation under Article Information. You can download the PDF to read it. The final database you need to search is Science Direct, and I'm going to leave that to you. I hope this video has been helpful. If you need further assistance, please feel free to contact us at the Cannon Memorial Library.